Hey y'all, I'm Steve Kelnhofer here with ELEV8 Presents, and I'm here to introduce Mr. Brent Thackery.
Hey Steve, good to see you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming down, Brent.
Thanks for having me.
So, Mr. Brent, where are you from?
I was born in Cincinnati, but I've lived all over.
Okay, so you got to experience a lot of different world.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, my dad was a truck driver, so I got to experience the whole United States that way.
No shit.
My mom lived in New York and Florida, and then after I found glass, I just hopped on tour, so I traveled myself as well.
So it's built in your blood to tour around, travel, and
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Experience new people and cultures, and
that's cool, man. Yeah. How long have you been blowing glass for?
This year will be 20 years.
20 years. Man, that's crazy. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's almost, I gotta imagine, that's almost when Bob Snodgrass started.
Yeah. Well, no, he was a few years before me, but yeah.
Yeah, so you was almost in your diapers starting out with old man Bob Snodgrass.
Yeah, there's actually a High Times article that's got me on one page and him on the other page. Like, this is where it started and this is where it's at. It was like 06 or something.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. So what got you started into glass blowing?
I took a scientific class.
What got you inspired into the scientific class?
I was a tattoo artist at the time, and saw somebody brought in a glass pipe. I was always a pot enthusiast, and I was like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. I want to do that. And so I just looked on the college curriculum. Boom, there it was.
Glass.
Oh,
so you took it in college then, actually, scientific class. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. So what is your favorite glass technique?
I still like those good old implosions, but anything that's new, anything that's cutting edge, I really like. Just that process of exploring techniques and being able to use your imagination, like anything that can just, you didn't know it was possible, and all of a sudden, bam. Well, I mean, even in Boro, I met people that, they were 5 or 10 years in, and they just kind of quit because there's nothing else that can be done, and then rigs came out and all this other stuff changed, and everything's different now. So.
Yeah. Well, 3 years ago, what was a rig? I don't even think they were around 3 years ago. And I think the more techniques you might know too, the easier it is to pick up a new technique.
Sure, it's like a vocabulary, right? The bigger your vocabulary, the better conversation you can have. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point. So how do you go about promoting yourself as a glass artist?
I really was never very good at that. I just kind of make the work and try to let the work speak for itself, try to get the work out there. What's been most successful for me is actually going to festivals and doing shows and meeting people face to face. There's a lot of stuff on Facebook and social media and things like that, but it's always been better for me to meet the people, and that's my best way of promoting myself.
What do you love about glass blowing?
I like the freedom, how it's limitless. It's a lot like music, there's no right or wrong way really when you're learning. It expands your mind and kind of lets you just run with it.
Do you play music as well?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What instrument do you play?
I play bass, and I play guitar, and I play hand drums.
Awesome.
And we're in a funk band currently.
Yeah.
The Boogaloo Flues.
Go check them out.
Yeah. Also, what I love about glass is the freedom of lifestyle that it gives you. It opens doors. You have all this time in the day that you can do whatever you want. You don't have to show up to a job and punch a clock and waste your life away doing that kind of thing. You can do whatever you want. It allows you that freedom to really discover who you are and be who you want to be,
A glass blower is a true American.
There you go. Right? That's right, Patriots.
What do you not like so much in glass blowing?
It's not a whole lot I don't like. The inconsistencies in the colors. I hate seeing bubbles in the colors. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
These days, but that drives me crazy.
Yeah, before the bubbles were bad, and now almost every color has a ton of bubbles in it.
It's normal. It's okay now. It's like accepted. And that wasn't okay before. I don't know where it started, but wish it would stop.
Even though some of those colors nowadays that have the bubbles don't seem to crack as bad as the old colors when they first started.
Right, for sure, yeah. Back in the day when it was just North Star.
Yep. I'm sure you would get some brand new colors, be happy to use them, throw them in there and pull them out the next day and feel like, what a waste of my time. Where do you get most of your inspiration from?
Imagination, just meditating on it. A lot of it's kind of crafty, with the glass. It's not so much art, really, for me, as it is craft, because I'm like learning techniques and figuring out techniques. I mean, there's the art of doing it and the finesse that it takes to do it, but most of my inspiration just comes from like trying to figure out new techniques and things like that. The techniques and imagination, I'd say.
Yeah, new technique can lead you down a whole new path.
Sure.
New errors turn into new techniques sometimes.
Right.
And a new style.
I've had a lot of issues too with like, I come up with a design that I really like, that I think works well, that aesthetically, this piece to me is art, and not many people will appreciate it the same way I do. They want to buy something that they know, they recognize, and they see it, and that's the normal rig style or the normal spoon. So it's hard. It's a harder sell. So that was a big thing in the glass was, it's so expensive to do that you have to sell what you make to keep it going.
Who inspires you in your life?
Consistently throughout my life, I've been inspired by tons of artists: Jimi Hendrix, Picasso, all great artists that have been before us. Da Vinci. I get inspired a lot by math, things like that.
Yeah.
Just nature a lot. If I'm having trouble with inspiration, I'll go out into the woods and just kind of decompress and soak that up and kind of put that on a feedback loop and then bring that back into the studio.
Yeah.
Also, just day-to-day people that you come in contact with, just the infectious energy that's in the studio that day. Somebody comes in there in a great fucking mood, and it spreads, and next thing you know, you're having a good time, and I'm gonna do this to show this person, I'm gonna outdo them or whatever.
The friendly competition is really neat in the studios, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a great dynamic to have.
Thank you so much for coming down, Brent. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me, Steve. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. Well, again, I'm Steve with ELEV8 Presents, and if you like our video here, go ahead and press the subscribe button down in the corner, and let everybody know. Y'all have a great one.